Portuguese sailor Vasco da Gama circumnavigated Africa to reach India in 1498. His journey paved the way for other European nations, including the Dutch, French, and British. The Europeans came to India to trade for sugar, tea, cotton, ginger, pepper, and other spices, a blue dye called indigo, and jute. Jute is a tropical plant used for making rope. Eventually, India's Mughal rulers became puppets of the British. In 1857, British troops exiled the last of the Mughal emperors after an uprising by the Indian people. 19 years later, the British proclaimed Queen Victoria Empress of India. The British at first had no interest in changing the Indian way of life, but they eventually made many reforms. They outlawed sati in 1829. Sati was an Indian custom of a woman burning herself, either on the funeral pyre of her dead husband or soon after his death. Sometimes, wives were sacrificed before their husbands' expected death in battle. Some historians argue that the British exaggerated the frequency of sati in India, but the question of its abolition became important to many Indian people. They argued that colonial rulers had no right to change Indian customs. The British believed that in making moral decisions, rulers must consult their own consciences, not those of their subjects. The British modernized India. They built the largest railway system in Asia, constructed roads, and irrigated large areas of land. The British also improved healthcare and prevented many famines. Despite the improvements, many Indian people were not happy with British rule. They resented outsiders controlling their affairs and the harsh taxes of their colonial rulers. The British also forbade the Indian people from trading with other nations. After years of often bloody fighting, India's many ethnic groups united to evict the British in 1947, bringing self-rule to the subcontinent.